Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Globali. You are with me, Mousumi. So today we have with us thought leaders, entrepreneurs, perhaps industry experts, and yes, eminent authors to explore something which many must not have discussed. We are here to explore like something which the audience needs to, the viewers needs to understand the value of a book and the worth of being an author. And the question, can authoring a book elevate your credibility, career, and personal brand? And how has it personally actually blessed you? How have you benefited after authoring a book? We have with us Monica Asrani, Dr. Anuj Verma, Dr. Ifshan Mehraj, Deepika Tiwari, and Akash Rathi. So we would begin with Monica Asrani. The
Hi.
first question, can authoring a book elevate your credibility, career, your personal brand, and how has it personally actually blessed you? And you would begin with your introduction and your book, of course.
Sure. Thank you. It's really nice to be here. Hi, Moshmi. So, I'm Monica Asrani, and over the last 2 years, I've authored three poetry books, the latest being Soundless Words. But I have been writing for over 25 years, and I also have a business of corporate gifts, and I'm a tarot reader and coach. So, I think for me, achieving something is important, but finding meaning in it is also very important. So whether it's creating a thoughtful gift in corporate gifting that will strengthen connections, whether it's helping your client find clarity of purpose through tarot, or helping people find voice to their feelings and value by the words you write, I think I've always been seeking that, and I've showed up in that manner. And I think that's what's hallmarked. And I've just realized that though I've written for 25 years, now that I've authored three books, it has given me a different kind of a air. And people actually say, oh, she has written a book. I'm sure all my authors feel the same. And I'm like, I've been writing for so many years. But there is a certain credibility which comes with being an author. You feel that this person has the clarity of thought and has given that time to go and do something, and that'll linger, that'll go beyond social media validation. So yeah, I think it has given a fresh lease of life to me. And I know I jumped to your question, but to tell you something about my poetry books, all three of them reflect my experiences and observations, and some things that we overlook in life. I realized that I had a style of my own, where I was talking about little things that we tend to oversee in life. So it's something that you may have experienced, I may have experienced, or at least witnessed. So I feel I've given voice to my thoughts and feelings through my poetry books.
Yeah, can we have a look at your book?
Yeah, sure. So there's a trilogy now. This is Unseen, this is Letters with No Address, and this is Soundless Words. So it feels really good to have authored three. This is the latest one, which is very close to my heart. And I'm happy, and that's, I think, important. If you feel you've been your authentic self, so you,
Great.
yeah, yeah,
Thank you so much, Monica. We come
yeah.
to Dr. Anuj Verma. Yes, what do you think personally, like, has being an author, helped you in elevating your career and building your personal brand? And what would you say today when people look forward to being an author or to write a book? Yes, Dr. Anuj Verma, and yes, please introduce yourself and your book.
Sure, thanks, Mousumi. This is my first book, AI or Illusion. And this book has been designed especially for non-tech entrepreneur to let them understand what is actual AI and what is the fake AI. I completed my doctorate in AI and blockchain itself, and then after writing a few journals, and so I was really thinking to write a book, and I really want to educate other people like non-tech entrepreneurs about AI, what is actual AI, and there is a big cloud and hype near AI nowadays. I really want to make sure they understand AI and people nowadays trying to make, I can use word fool, but really they trying to create a snake oil environment, AI snake oil environment where they try to fake AI compared to the actual one. So this book is for them, for people to understand what is real and what is fake in this AI world. Coming to your question, so initially, my thought was there is ideally thought that there is no why I should write a book, or my book writing a book will make any difference or not, because I am already a C-level executive more than 15 years now, working with one of the biggest fintech for Philippines, and I had been working for many MNC throughout my career of 20 years, right? So I thought it might not make any difference, but to be honest, after I wrote down this book, things has been different for me, because obviously I able to write down the book because there is a clarity of my ideas and my thoughts, right? And I want to express them. Unlike the post and LinkedIn post or the social media blog, which is temporary, I really want to write something which is a long term and which is not temporary, and that's how I started writing this book, and it's making difference. Obviously, I don't say that book will make difference in your career, you will get promotion. No, nothing like that. But yeah, I feel that the perspective of people will change. Now, my CEO, when we go and meet with government official and other, he don't introduce me like Anuj Verma, our CTO. He also introduced me. He's also author of the book. So that's make a difference.
Indeed, indeed. So thank you so much, sir, for your insights. We have Dr. Ifshan Mehraj with us. Yes, in today's fast-moving digital age, does writing a book actually carry the same weight as it once did? Yes, Dr. Ifshan Mehraj.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Dr. Ifshan, and I'm basically an author, an entrepreneur, and I'm also a healer. I come from Kashmir. I grew up in Kashmir, where you can say nature and stories have been a part of my life. And now I live in Delhi. So I have my own brand by the name of Fall Honey, which again connects to healing around pure honey. And then I run a business, which is an adventure travel company, which was started by my father over 30 years ago. But I feel at the core of everything I do here is that I've always been writing, and I have recently published my first book. It's again a poetry book, and it talks about struggles, it talks about relationships, it talks about women, and I feel it doesn't generally talk about women in general. It talks about women and men in general, and all the struggles we have had. And I feel at some point in life we are all vulnerable and we are all open at some point, and walking barefoot and brave at that point is what that book is. And actually it's this Barefoot and Brave, that's the title of the book. Yeah. And coming to your question, like I feel this is a very important question, because today I feel that we live in a world where everyone is like constantly presenting themselves, be it on social media, in our careers, in our businesses. But I feel what truly sets us apart is not just a post or a meeting. Obviously, what you leave behind, and I feel writing a book for that matter really makes a lot of difference. And about the credibility part, I would also say that it does help us, because I feel after I have published a book, I did publish various fiction or non-fiction books as well. I have been called for various talks after that, which I believe would not have been possible otherwise. And that's what I feel. So I feel writing a book does open doors for various opportunities. And I feel like, you know, a book is something that it can travel into spaces wherein you can't travel, wherein you can't go physically. So somewhere it does leave a legacy behind. So that's what I feel.
Thank you, Dr. Ifshan. Yes, indeed, I loved the cover page. We come to Deepika Tiwari. I have read her book actually. Like I was actually, maybe you can say, inspired by her book. But today, like I won't tell what's her book, what her book is about. But yes, Deepika Tiwari, you have written a book, and did it actually help you in building credibility in your work? And today in this fast digital world, do you think, writing a book actually adds more to your identity?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am Deepika. As Ms. Sachdeva said, I have written a book. So the book is Decoding Ganga. Well, it comes from the experiences I've had as a clinical psychologist and psychology teacher in various institutions. Also, I'm a practitioner of Vipassana. While integrating my meditation practices and teaching psychology, I've been wanting to write. Like the idea was conceptualized 2 years back when I wanted to integrate psychology with Sanatan Dharma. And I started decoding. I started writing the experiences and tried to decode them, but I wasn't getting a way out, like what exactly to decode. It was in last year when the idea stuck that I should take River Ganga as a metaphor. So what did I do? This Decoding Ganga talks about modern psychology and ancient philosophy, and it tries to club the two. It relates modern psychology, the life coaching, counseling part, with ancient philosophy, as mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, Rig Veda, and some Upanishadic values. And this one in the series is using Ganga as a metaphor. So that's why I say it decoding Ganga. So Ganga is used as a metaphor to integrate psychology and Sanatan philosophy. It has been a great experience. Coming to Ms. Sachdeva's question, yes, it has added to the credibility. It has transformed me, I tell you, because I have been practicing Vipassana for more than 2 decades and been wanting to integrate my experience of psychology teaching with Sanatan philosophy. But it was only when I started writing about Ganga and decoding it, I got to know that how I can integrate the two philosophies. And now it's been just 3 months by God's grace and Miss Sachdeva's, uh, hard work. I would say it's totally her hard work.
We won't speak about that now. We'll stick to the topic.
Sure. So, now I am sure I know how I can take the ideology in alignment with where I once dreamt. Now I'm clear. After 3 months of this, after this book was out, I started hearing it from my colleagues, from my students, from my ex-colleagues, and they kept giving me the ideas. Now I have the plan for like 3 years, wherein the documentary is in pipeline, and some short courses, some retreats and workshops are already designed. It could happen only after the Ganga was out in the market and when people started reading about it. So it was definitely, it added to the credibility part. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepika. Now we have Akash Rathi. I would, put for the same question. In today's fast-moving digital world, well, do you think that writing a book still, is having that weight that once did when, earlier we used to read, authors were like, gods and goddesses to us. Like, we, actually we used to read and there were readerships, actually. There was readership. But today, somewhere we find something is fading, or I may be wrong, but however, you have written a book. Do you think it has added, credibility to your brand, to your identity? Yes, Akash Rathi.
Hello everyone, this is Akash Rathi. I have 33 years of life experiences. And during that experiences, I have faced a trauma. I have been a failure. I have been a topper. I have also started my job from age 17. And then comeback happened. I worked as a senior manager, accounts, some depression, all sorts of expressions are there. But I thought, why not to convert my experiences and lessons I learned, because I have a hobby of reading, continuously experimenting. I experimented my on myself, on my life. I followed my intuitions. So I experimented on that, and I just lived that in my ebooks form. To my surprise, that ebook was ranked 15th in mindset category by Amazon. It was just amazing, and The moment it was released, I was getting compliments from all sorts of my followers, relatives, my company's directors, etc. So, book title is Just One Life: Guide to Live Without Regret. This is Akash Reddy signing off. Thank you. Thank you all the organizers for choosing me for this discussion.
Thank you,
Regards.
Akash Rathi. Coming back to again Monica Asrani, see, like wonderful experiences you have shared. Yes, definitely, a book is adding more to your identity, to your brand, to your name, definitely. But now this is an era dominated by social media. We have content creators, short form contents. We have all sorts of YouTube shorts and LinkedIn articles. Do you think, does a book still serve as the ultimate credibility marker? Why or why not?
I think it's important to note that it's not important that you write. It's important what are you writing? Are you expressing yourself with authenticity, with honesty? Are you sharing with the world what you really believe? I think it'll have a voice. It's like a rebellion, Okay, you know what? You can't swipe me in 1 second like you do to shorts. I'm here to stay. I'm here to linger. हम ना रहे, तुम ना रहे, फिर भी रहेंगी निशानियां. Those निशानियां are books,
Yes.
So it's like, that's a rebellion. And I think if you have something nice to say, you will be heard. And I was just thinking about it. You said that, does it help to build a brand? I think it unveils the brand that is you. So show yourself. So I think if you have something honest to say, it is difficult because today we have AI and everything. But if you will bring you into the picture, I think if not today, sometime it will have a word. It's difficult from compared to before, but I think all the more reason we have to make books work. And
One more question to you, just like it's haunting me. You have written poetry books, right? Or a poetry book, rather. So, do you find any difference between the kind of, like expectations you get from the readers, or a difference between a fiction writer, no, or a poetry writer? Do you find the difference? Do you think fiction sells more than poetry?
let's be honest, yes, it does. But you've got to be, like I said, true to yourself. I, even if I try, I can't write fiction, but poetry comes very naturally to me. So I think we
Yes.
should not be thinking about, the result. Just think of the process, because you have to, if I'm going to write fiction which is against my grain, it's not going to work. So like it all comes down to authenticity. And hopefully somewhere somebody will resonate. I've had people telling me, because mine are largely based on my experiences, that we all must have, they said, what, this has happened to us, this has happened to us. So it just feels nice, even if you can touch a handful of people, but deep in the heart, no, you're okay. I think.
Yeah, it's said that poetry unites the world. I hope your poetry can touch the hearts of the world, and it does actually. It is how we project it to the people, and how much are we able to, portray or project or show that yes, I have a book. That's the main issue actually. If people do not know that you have a book, then how will people get influenced or inspired? So it's
Yeah.
very important to make your book reach the readers. Right, we have Dr. Anuj Verma. Dr. Anuj, your book is on AI, and today we see, many people are taking the help of AI to write books. Do you think the credibility of authors in such cases, somewhere we can see the downfall, or anyone and everyone can become an author and add the title of author to his or her name. So, what do you have to say here? Because you are an AI expert and your book is on AI.
Sure. So agree up to a point, but again, AI is, see what AI is, AI bot and AI support, whatever we are getting nowadays. It's a assistant to you, right? It's help you to improve your thoughts. It will not create a thought for you, right? Because AI, again, it's work on training a model. The based on data it has been trained, and based on those experience it will create generate something new or unique for you, or so on, right? But again, it's actually assistant for you, so you should have your own thoughts, and you can take help of AI to improve your thoughts and make it presentable. That's how it should be used, and that's how AI should be here helpful to the user. But if I think anyone can be author with help of AI, then I really feel that the uniqueness to those subject will be not
Lost
there, right?
somewhere. Yeah.
And I feel that they might not get that highlight or those. It's something similar to a blog or something which is a short term, right? Or to be honest, if you ask me, like if I hear a classical music, it's always into me, right? But if I hear a hip hop, it is for hour or so, right? So I feel writing a book with your own actual thoughts, writing yourself, is like a classical music, which is stay in your heart for a long time.
Indeed, definitely. I may not be able to give the emotions the author actually feels within. Right, we have Dr. Ifshan Mehraj with us. Dr. Ifshan, you are from a heavenly, beautiful place, Kashmir. And
Right.
I haven't read your poetry book. Definitely, I would love to read. You must have put all, the nature, the vibes you experienced there. How far you have experienced that your poetry book actually inspired girls in Kashmir, girls in Jammu and Kashmir, because now I see, recently I've been to Kashmir for a book only, and I could see many, interested in writing and also the rise of entrepreneurship. So how do you view this, and how do you think your book can actually inspire the people of Kashmir, the young people of young minds of Kashmir?
Okay, so I already see there's a lot of change in the state now. I feel that women really, really are into, initially they would not open up. Now they really open up. And if you read my book on poetry, it actually explores the areas wherein, it talks about women, it discusses my own experiences. And then obviously we're all, we don't express things. So when women read those poems, they figure out, they feel that it's okay to express. So it gives them strength. That's what I feel. And in fact, recently I went to Kashmir and I did distribute and I did share my book with a lot of women. And they were really happy. A lot of women could connect to me. And like Monica mentioned initially, it feels, you really, really feel so good when people come to you and they tell you that, this happened to us as well. And it really touches you. At the end of the day, I feel, when you write and when somebody reads your book, there's a lot of human connection also that you make through books.
Indeed, I hope you do some book reading sessions in Jammu and Kashmir so that
Sure.
women, girls specifically, they come and enjoy your poetry. Good
Definitely.
luck to you, Deepika Tiwari, decoding Ganga, and it's amazing when you are actually you have put Ganga as metaphor in your book, and actually you have blended with psychology. What do you think today in a this is the era dominated by social media, and we have got content creators. How do you think a book can actually help more than social media?
See, book is not short-lived, and I'm sure all of us have heard people saying, I want to feel the touch." When we talk about, do you prefer Kindle or book? Many people, even my students who are Gen Z, who are not very, very, popular amongst
Right.
our generation, they say, "No, ma'am, I prefer book, ma'am, the feel or touch." So basically, that touch is not there, and it's short-lived. The span of attention, when anything comes over here, it vanishes. But the book has, people who are visuals. For them, it provides ample opportunity to create those visions, and it has long-lasting impact. So yes, social media, of course, is the need of the hour, but old is gold, and gold is never old. Books are
Indeed.
those gold.
Indeed, Akash Rathi,
Yes.
you have put forth all, you have written your experiences in your book. So again, when we come to social media dominated era or society, how do you think you are promoting your book, or how you are seeing your book on social media? And is your book able to actually influence the young minds? And what are you doing to touch the readers with your book? How are you moving ahead with your book? Because the authors, they write books, but the challenge is how to make the book reach the audience, reach the readers. So what specific, or what special ideas you have thought about, so that we all can use it?
I'm just using my experiences due to, I just want to say, because of my books, my followers got increases and touched 20,000, mostly 15,000 on LinkedIn. And it have high categories such as Prime Minister of New Zealand also is one of my connection. But it's all due to my book. So all and most of my readers of my book are foreigners, and I have my blog. Most of the connections are foreigners. It is just I want to say less than 1% readers are there in India on such type of books. But there is so much demand foreign. So why we Indians should adopt that philosophy and adapt to foreign readers. So I promoted this book on my LinkedIn platform, and it got just 15th rank.
Like a question again, how would you, you said, there are, we do feel that there are, you have foreign readers more than Indian readers. So what do you think we should do to encourage Indian young minds, Indian, Indians to read books? It's like, it's fine, we have foreign readers, we can, pull in foreign readers, but how to bring Indians to the pen and paper and the book, so that they can get actually inspired by a book rather than reels on social media?
We should use their mindset, their mind, and their emotions. We should use their emotions to make their interesting book there, so that it makes them interesting. Books should not be any pain. Reading books is not painful. It should be a joy. That if that philosophy is implemented in since childhood, then ultimately change will be there.
When you said you have foreign readers, should we believe that Indians do not read books, or we cannot pull Indian readers? What are your views here? When you said that, you have got, lakhs of foreign readers, but what about Indian readers? How, will we actually pull Indian readers to the books written by Indians actually?
Okay, based on population ratio, Indian population and foreign population ratio is different. So, if proportion is seen, we are much lagging behind. That I am saying. But on number front, we may be upside. So we should work ahead. We should work now, and time is now. This is not never. It's never too late to start.
Right. Yes, Monica Asrani, coming back to this question, is it very easy to pull in foreign readers than Indian readers?
Um, I for me, I have not faced that as yet, when it comes to, but I just think that in India, because social media has become accessible to an entire gamut of people. India is rejoicing through reels. It must be somebody in the remotest corner. They are getting self-expression, so, into the picture, you have everybody making reels and, using this as a form of self-expression. So, I think it's a battle, to get people to read now, because the attention spans are small. So, but you have to. The war is on. We have to keep doing it. So people who are motivated to write, they must write, and also encourage people to write, because it's a great form of self-expression. And you need to, in today's time where there's so much of depression, if I may say so, self-expression is very, very important. But yes, it's something like, for me, I haven't yet reached a stage where I've seen any disparity in foreign and Indian, but I think the battle has to go on. It is not very easy.
Coming back to our topic again, is it easier to build a brand more on social media than writing a book, or writing a book still gives more credibility?
Absolutely, because I feel, see, social media is a tool to introduce. Like today, what I'm here because of social media. I got a forum. I started doing videos of my poetry, and also I've got a forum. But it's a means to an end. I once again would like to say that writing a book, like, oh, this one's an expert today. If Sir he has written a book on AI. He's an expert in it. The written word is so powerful. So that respect that an author will get, I hope everyone agrees, that is something else, that nobody can take away from us,
Yeah.
that written word. Yeah.
Dr. Anuj, what do you have to say here in an era dominated by social media? The rise of content creators are so high. Do you think writing a book still adds more credibility to our, brand, to our identity or the business we are doing? Or do you think it is more of content creators building their own brand?
Writing a book definitely is a different experience, right? And I really don't feel that especially I don't feel that we should write for creating a brand. So I honestly, to be very honest, I don't feel that we can create a brand by writing a book, right? It's easy to create a brand with social media and other stuff. The reason is because see, now the era which is going on, and based on my research, the era which is going on, everyone who will make other lazy will get success, right? So it's all about, like, people like to visualize things, see the short videos, understand. They don't want to invest much time, whereas reading a book need a patience, it need a discipline, which is really very important, right? But I really feel even this generation and next generation, I really feel we all are losing those level of discipline, and definitely authors like us should do something to regain those discipline. At least start with our own house, with our own child, kids, and also the children around us. Encourage them to read the book. As it will be tough, because honestly, brand is all about social media now. Writing a book, if I'm writing a book, basically I'm writing for myself, for my own. I feel good while I write a book. That's why I'm writing it. But if I really want to write a book to make myself popular or make myself as a brand, then obviously the shortest way is to use the social media.
Right, Deepika Tiwari, you are a psychologist. Who can be the better person than explain the psychology of the present generation today? Because when we go to the experienced people today, they still value a book. You find great big entrepreneurs still craving to become an author. All right, no matter, we have millions of content creators on social media today, we see. So the kind of book you have written and the kind of the reward you have received after you published your book, what do you think? Writing a book is helping you more, or do you think that if it would have been otherwise, content creating on social media, that would help? What's the difference actually? How do you see this?
So I would say both. One, the idea of writing the book, the very idea came from one of my A-level students, while having a revision session with them. So I differ with the popular opinion that Gen Z are not that great generation. Trust me, they are inquisitive, they are receptive. It's just that they need right set of people to guide them. Once they are in there, they can do wonders. And trust me, few chapters were written because of my interaction with the students. And this is a book on Sanatan Dharma. We think that, oh, this generation has nothing to do with religious and spiritual values. But my interaction with my students, particularly AS and A level, that's equivalent to 11th and 12th of the national board, they understand, they receive the content, and they have questions which are very, very meaningful. uh, Talking about what you said, what's more important is to integrate the both. Book, of course, gives depth, in depth. Substantial books are substantial, but to catch their attention, of course, that Gen Z lingo and hashtags. Once you catch their attention, I strongly believe in this ideology: connect and then correct. So once we catch their attention with the thing they like, so most of my lessons, even in the book, you see, there's a very small segment which talks about the entire Sanatan philosophy in the Gen Z lingo. So there are more hashtags and no caps and situationship ideas, not ideas, but mentions. which catch their attention. And once we are able to amalgate both their current set of mind, and we can do anything with this generation. It's just the right click with them.
I hope, authors like you, thought leaders like you come together and actually build a platform again to, divert the young minds from reels to real and the books. Akash, Rathi, like we would like, now circle around one question to all of you. Many professionals still hesitate thinking, who am I to write a book? What would you say to them? Many, they think many get suggestions, but again, that thought like, who am I to write a book? Who will read? So, what would you say to such professionals?
I would say you doesn't need any so much expertise. You need experience. Annie Frank was just a child. She wrote a diary, and it was just bestseller after she died. So anyone can write a book. That's my conclusion.
Anyone can write a book if you have your experiences. Yes, Monica Aswani.
Yes.
Many professionals, you are an entrepreneur maybe, but again, you must have met many, and you must have shown a book. And again, they must be feeling like, who am I to write a book? Who will read? What would you say?
I would say, something that I was told by my father very long back, that there'll be someone better than you, not and someone not as good as you, but there'll be nobody like you. So if you are a unique person with a unique name and a unique face, there's nobody like you. So you have to have something that you can offer to the world. So if you can, so today to everyone, I would say that as long as you're willing to bring your authentic self out, if you don't know the language, you have AI, you can take that help. The content, the essence, the feeling is important, and the authenticity. After that, in fact, today is a wonderful time to write because you have lots of aids, you have editors, you have anything. So you just have to have that desire to make a difference through your thought, and that's all you need. So there is something that everyone has to, everyone's story is unique and wonderful and must be expressed. I feel that because it will help in more than one ways. It gives you that little edge, in life. So I would tell everyone, of course, if I can, you can. So that's the
Definitely.
benchmark I can say.
Dr. Anuj Verma, yes, you have vast experiences, and in your industry, your organization. But again, you must have hardly found any of your colleagues or professionals, writing a book. And even if have you ever experienced telling someone write a book and the professional saying that, who am I to write a book? Who will read a book? What would you say to such a professional? Or maybe to your juniors?
And it's happened, for sure. It's happened many times. Like, so the only thing what I will say to everyone is that we are not like writing a book for everyone, right? We don't write a book for everyone. It just has to be for someone who will benefit from your perspective, right? And every one of us is we have unique insight shaped by our work, challenges, and lesson learned, right? And I really feel that we should share it one or other way, and we don't need to think about who will read or who will not read, right? I'm sure if we are putting our work, our own experience into paper, right, there will be someone who will appreciate it, and that's what we should think about.
Thank you. And Dr. Ifshan Mehraj,
Right.
you may meet many girls from Kashmir, and many may have got have the ideas, the feelings. Yes, every human do have emotions, but what would you say when someone would say like, why should I write? Who will read me? And who am I to read a book? Or is it because to define who are you, you should write a book?
No, so basically, I think it's the same thing. Everybody's story is different. And I would tell them that your story is unique. A lot of people sometimes they don't want to write. They feel that they are not going to be perfect in writing. The writing has to be flawless. I feel writing is not about perfection. It is about honesty and contribution. So that's it.
Deepika Tiwari, because you are a psychologist, again, you must be dealing with so many students, professionals. You are going, so how would you actually? Let me use I do not want to use this term, but how would you brainwash an individual All right. And if he or she says, who am I to write a book? How would you, convince him to write a book? Or how, if you actually think writing a book adds credibility to your identity, to your brand, what would you say to such a professional? How would you convince?
Sure. So I would say, if not you, then who?
Yeah.
And I would just add on to what Miss Asrani and other author has said, that it's not about claiming perfection. It has to be about being authentic and organic. And if it's not about uh, looking for the answers. It's about sharing your own journey. So don't wait, don't hold that I have an idea. It's about sharing your journey and giving a perspective. It's in the end, I would like to say, it's not written for people who have all the answers, because certainly no one has all the answers. They're written by people who are brave enough to share their own journeys and
Right.
develop the perspective.
Right. Thank you so much, everyone. Yes, indeed, whatever may be the scenario, maybe the content creators are rising high. The content creators, they're also maybe taking content from somewhere, from the written words. And whatever we get on internet today, maybe through some articles, through some books. So indeed, nobody can actually devalue a book or the name of an author would always be there, because as I said, we are immortals. Authors are immortals. We said the book is immortal. The reels may disappear, but the book will forever stay in the library, in your cupboard, wherever, even, years later, we are here, we are no more. But papers would be there, pages would be there, your book would live, and who knows, the book reach millions or the masses, and that may encourage many to write. So I would request everyone to give a thought to our program today. Writing a book can make your life different. It may not only inspire you yourself, because it will give you confidence. It will also elevate your credibility, your identity. And let's hope that we can unite the world through the book, and we can actually motivate young minds to read and to write. Thank you so much for watching the Globali. We will meet again with some interesting topic next time with a new panel of thought leaders. Thank you so much, everyone.